Good evening, everyone. I'm Caleb White, co-founder of Rchivos. At Rchivos, we believe that software should work the way that you do. Back in 2011, I started my first company. It was a lawn care business, and to be honest with you, I was quite naive in the business planning, to say the least. And what I mean by that is this is what I thought the workflow would look like. I thought that all I'd have to do is show up and cut grass, the customers would pay me, I would do such a good job that the customers would want to tell their friends about me, and naturally their friends would become my customers. Although my first taste of entrepreneurship didn't look exactly like this, it led me to a phenomenal opportunity whenever I found out that the workflow looked more like this. As a small service provider, there's a lot to do, as you can tell with the spaghetti diagram. Not only do you have to drum up business with marketing and sales, but you have to manage the money coming in and out. You have to manage your employees, and all the while you have to manage all these different communications. So this conundrum led me to look for solutions. There were a lot of solutions out there, a ton of solutions out there. But from running your business with a notebook to one of these big solutions, the gap was just too big, to say the least, and frankly, too complicated. One of the businesses that I spoke to equated moving to one of these platforms and going paperless to standing on the edge of a cliff about to jump, not knowing if the parachute would open. Regardless of how efficient and effective it could be, it just wasn't a risk that he was willing to take. And that's why we created Rchivos. At Rchivos, we focus on finding pains in the market and building solutions that help people like me provide people like you with a better service. In talking to over 60 companies, we've come across an immediate need in the market. One of those companies was an auto body shop. In talking to Robert about how his business can be improved, he mentioned a few things. But the two things that he mentioned that really took to heart was that he wanted to text his customers updates throughout the day. But he didn't want to give out his personal cell phone number because he didn't want to receive calls in the middle of the night whenever they had a blowout. He also wanted to be able to send a quick and easy email from that same platform. Not to bother the customer, but just to stay on the customer's mind in between services. And the thing that I found interesting about this is just like me in my lawn care business, he provides a service. And just like me in my lawn care business, he had an issue with that spaghetti diagram. So in hearing from this and a few other companies, I looked at Robert, I called him and asked him, what if I could build that platform that allowed you to send text and email? He looked me square in the eyes and said, come back when it's ready and I'll write you a check. So that's what we did. We built one easy-to-use platform that allows companies to easily communicate with their customers. It takes less than 2 minutes for a business to sign up, upload their customer list, create a keyword to add to that customer list, and then go ahead and start sending out messages. It's that easy. This is a screenshot showing how simple it is to send an email, whether that be to one of your contacts or your entire contact list. Likewise with a text message. We built this platform to enhance that company-customer relationship. But now to what many of you in the audience really care about, and that's how it affects you, the end user. To show this, we're going to look at two different scenarios. And we're going to go back to the auto body shop. The first scenario is with a typical garage. With a typical garage, you drop off your car in the morning, you don't hear anything. It gets to be lunchtime, you start to get nervous thinking that something may be a little bit more wrong with your car than you initially thought. So you call to check the status only to have the lady that answered the phone tell you that it will be ready sometime between 1 and 4 in the afternoon. A lot of help that is in planning out your afternoon, to say the least. Finally, at 4:10, they call you, letting you know that your car is ready. And after work, you go and pick it up. Now, the typical garage, this is the customer experience. This is where it ends. They're dealing with that spaghetti, and they don't have the time, frankly, to reach back out to you. But not with Robert. Because Robert's using Rchivos, he's able to update you throughout the status, the work of your car. You still may pick up your car at the end of the day at the same time, but this time you do it with a smile on your face because this customer experience is much better than the other one. It gets better than that though because Robert, to stay in touch with you and to thank you for your business 1 month later, sends you a quick email with a 10% off your next oil change coupon attached. This is the customer experience that can be done with Rchivos. This is the customer experience that Robert is excited to provide to his customers. Now, for those of you out there that are worried about your text inbox becoming your new email inbox, that's the real differentiator with Rchivos. we put you, the end user, in control. You will be able to log into your Rchivos account and see all the different businesses that you have allowed to contact you. Not only see the businesses, but also see whether you have given them permission for email or text or both, and the frequency in which you have given them permission to contact you. This is the real differentiator for Rchivos, and with that, I want to thank you all for coming out. We are currently in our beta test or phase, whatever you'd like to call it. We have 4 companies using the site and giving us some great feedback. We're looking to sign up 6 additional companies within the month, so if you have a company or have a company in mind, I'd love to talk to you afterwards. We're also looking for mentors and investors that see the vision in Rchivos, understand where we're at, and can add value from point A to point B. And with that, thank you all for coming out, and love to talk with as many of you as possible afterwards.